What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Rob Van Dam, listen to True Heel Heat. Pow.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble 204. What a world champion looks like. Reviewing last night's June 25th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 58,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. You go to him for your honest criticism of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. And you go to him for his amazing Yankee fitteds. He is Jimmy Macram. How are you doing, Jimmy?
Good. I hope you all are doing well. And I hope you enjoyed the show last night.
See, it only takes doing a 4-minute intro for Jimmy to change his answer from what I asked him before we went live, where he was like, he's all miserable.
To be fair to me,
you are Taz in 1998 for wrestling podcasters.
That was 10 minutes ago. I just woke up. A little better.
He's like, I woke up. I woke up a bit during the intro, so now I'm actually here. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But yes, we are back with another edition of AEWramble. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. Helps out the YouTube algorithms also much. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And we want to say thank you for everyone who watched last week. We had I think one of our highest viewerships for AEWramble for Grand Slam Mexico, which coincided with AEW getting its highest ratings of the year so far for Grand Slam Mexico as well. So thank you for that. And of course, if you haven't already, you could sound off in the comment section. If you're watching us on demand, let us know what you thought about last night's AEW Dynamite from June 25th, 2025. And of course, if you're with us live, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys and hear your thoughts on last night's Dynamite. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel and what we do here on AEWramble, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got Clown joining us saying good morning, everyone. Good to see you in the chat. We got Rachel who says hello, everyone. We got Alexander Fitzgerald, Jimmy, one of Jimmy's favorites, who says walk with me here on this one. Monty Brown is at Starcast. Maybe, just maybe, we see him in the Casino Gauntlet match. Thinking.
I hope that happens. Number one, I love Monty Brown. And number two, I can't wait for everybody's opinion to flip about 50-year-old football players coming back to wrestling. I'm sure they'll have the exact same energy they have for Goldberg that they have for Monty Brown. I'm almost positive. Exact same.
I mean, if Goldberg had a theme song that went, ooh, wah! that's one of my favorite TNA songs. Ooh, wah!
It is a fantastic theme song. I miss Monty Brown so much.
And if he pounds somebody and then just do the like Goldberg, he wipes his brow on the top rope.
All right, you know
that's
what?
How you do it?
Never mind. I don't want to see it.
You hated that?
Yeah, I loved it, but you're 50 something now. Please stop. Please don't do that.
I think if Goldberg was just coming back for like a Royal Rumble, I think they wouldn't have this. They would still probably have this much energy because of PTSD, of the Fiend and Kevin Owens and stuff like that. But they were actually happy to see him when he first came back in 2016.
That's 25. He wasn't 50 yet. For change. So 49 to 50. So they'll take.
No, they've been upset with Goldberg coming back 2020s.
Yeah. He's 50. So it's not nice. But whatever, I don't care either way. Tell you the truth. I'm assuming it's gonna be on Saturday's main event or wherever. It is, right? The Gunther match?
Yeah.
I'll be watching anyway.
We got Chuck Berries who says, what's good, THH fam? So we started off hot with Mercedes last night. Unfortunately, her boo was looking up at the lights to the end of the show. That's how it is. He gets a main event spot, but you can't be winning. Not against the number one contender, you know?
What the fuck is he in the main event for? Why is this the nepotism in this company is jarring? I had to deal with fucking Goldust in main events for years, and now I got to deal with this motherfucker in the main event. Are you fucking serious?
I like to be fair, Goldust is how many main events was Goldust in?
At least 3 off the top of my fucking head.
The only one I can remember.
Which is how many? Too many.
The only one I can remember is the worst one.
Camarado. You're not gonna get that one. What the fuck? Good lord. Insane.
I remember us just being like, why? Why did you do this to us?
You think you say Goldust in the main event? It's Goldust versus Omega. Goldust versus fucking Kris. He's the star of the match.
That's a issue. That's the real big issue. Is when you're the star. And I remember Brody Lee, which made sense because Brody Lee had beaten Cody.
Never makes sense. Fucking Goldust being the main event. It just doesn't. 2000. It doesn't matter. It's 2000. Done. Goldust shouldn't be in the main event.
Derek in the chat says, didn't see Claudio Castagnoli on tonight or last night, but he reposted the Moxley promo and the Death Riders / Young Bucks attack on Hangman. A guy on Twitter said he is out with family issues. That makes sense because that was way too many people that had travel issues going to Mexico. If he's been out because of family issues, that makes more sense.
I would imagine that was his spot last night. Claudio versus Hangman does feel like a off Dynamite main event. Oh, yeah. Whatever's going on, I hope he's all right. I hope his Sam's all right. Though, considering you're not at work, probably not.
Hopefully everything turns out all right. Davion is with us. Good to see you. He says, what's good, my brothers? Was watching the draft and Dynamite, but overall a solid outing from AEW. This, I got it into perspective when I was doing In the Weeds with Joel, but this is the only week of Dynamite that doesn't have an additional hook to it on the way to All In. Because you see, next week's Dynamite is episode 300. The week after that is the Go Home show. The week before this was in Arena Mexico, Grand Slam Mexico. The 2 weeks before that were Fyter Fest Summer Blockbuster 4-hour blocks. The week before that was the post Double or Nothing episode. So this was the only week that didn't have anything hook wise as far as a title, a special, or whatever they wanted to add to it.
It's a very fair point. I really don't feel like being mean today. I'm in a relatively good mood. I'm going to keep it together. You know what? That's a fair point. Fair assessment. I would say perhaps AEW should consider less bombast in their weekly advertising. Because if this show is the odd man out, that's odd. Other shows can't be special if they're always special. That's how special works.
This is special because it wasn't special.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
We got Alexander Fitzgerald who says, why everyone don't like Goldberg? With the straight-faced emoji. Goldberg versus Undertaker was a banger.
What do you mean? People hate it. Oh, I get it. You're being sarcastic. Good on you. How very nice of you. You know, you want to see Money Brown at All In. It's almost like you're one of those fucking phonies I was talking about. I want to be nice. I'm not going to let you ruin me.
You gotta be nice. What?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm not going to let you do it. I'm a good guy. I'm going to be the good guy today. I'm the babyface. I'm the good guy.
Are you ever the babyface?
Today,
Alexander also says All In main event is going to be a run-in after run-in. This is going to be a WrestleMania 40 ending. I feel like AEW is doing a disservice to themselves if they don't book this like Avengers Endgame, like the WrestleMania 40 ending. Because this is what the fans are expecting. This is what the story kind of dictates for them to do. So I think they're doing themselves a disservice if they don't do that.
I agree with that take. Man, who the fuck wants to see regular ass Moxley versus Hangman? Yo, like this was Dragon and Swerve or Ospreay and Omega. Oh, it's fucking. That'd be nice. Yeah, yes, please. As many run-ins as possible. If you don't mind.
We got Power Driver Finisher with us today. Good to see you. We got Davion who says, Jimmy says, I'll be nice, and then proceeds to roast somebody. Yep.
Minor slip up.
Big Man Dogs. Big Vando is echoing what you're saying it will be a WrestleMania 40 ending, except everyone who pretended to hate the WrestleMania 40 ending will now like it. Except me, I love the WrestleMania 40. I put it in my top 10 greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. I'm gonna love All In Texas as well.
Are you sure? This is going to be like a WrestleMania 39 ending. Fucking Moxley's going
No,
over,
it's
so.
not. Why do I have to do these podcasts? You, Jeremy, Joel, y'all are the only people I do shows with who are trying to reverse manifest the right result at all.
Sorry. I wish you the best. Yeah. Hope you don't take it too badly. But yeah. Moxley hits whatever the fuck. What's his finisher called again? I totally forgot what his shitty finisher is called.
The paradigm shift.
What was it called before? Nasty Deeds? What was it called before?
Dirty Deeds.
Dirty Deeds. Nasty Deeds. Sounds like a porno I watched the other day. But
Whoa, sir.
Yeah, he's hitting the fucking paradigm shift and we're moving on. Sorry. To whoever wins the fucking Casino Gauntlet.
Well, you will be okay if it's Hangman that wins.
Yeah, I'm fine either way. I'm going to be disappointed either way.
I hate you sometimes. I really do. Last night's AEW Dynamite. Where the hell did it take place from? You pissed me off so much. Kent, Washington. What did you think about the crowd last night in Kent? I did not like it. I thought it was quiet.
I was gonna ask you how many people were there, so I could decide to give them a pass or not. But yeah, it wasn't great. I don't know why it wasn't great.
I think it might have been like between 2,500 and 3,000.
I mean, you get a pass. You're only 3. You need a pass. But no, they were not particularly loud.
Yeah. We got Aubrey, who's been vocal about this. He says we should have Swerve, Ospreay, and the Hangman for the world title. I'm so sick of Jon Moxley.
Fair enough, but you can live with it. I'm not telling you what to tell you. Like, we're rolling. Darby back soon. Don't panic. Darby will be back soon. He's got to recover from the mountain.
You this way. Why are you this way?
Shape. I'm just trying to help you guys along here. I'm trying to help you guys along. Like, if somebody was cheating on you, wouldn't you want some like notice in the build-up? Like, before you found out, like, you know, everybody's not perfect. Shit doesn't always go the way you want. Yada, yada, yada. Instead of me going, she's perfect. You got to keep that one. That one, she'll never do anything fucked up to you. Then you walk in and fucking lose it. I'm here to help. Just get ready. Yeah, we got like a couple weeks to go. Ready. Have to walk into that bedroom and see some shit you don't want to see.
Why are
Jon Moxley balls deep in your dreams?
They have it, guys. Sorry. They have it.
Shit, I'm here to help.
AEW Dynamite show comes on the air with Excalibur welcoming us to the show. He's alongside Taz and Ian Riccaboni. 1 point up for Ian being here. We see Timeless Toni Storm and Luther arriving in the building, walking backstage. Toni wearing her Carmen Sandiego gear. When out of nowhere, she's attacked from Mercedes Monet, who bumps into Luther, who bumps into Toni. She then throws Toni around backstage. The ambush continues as Monet then grabs Toni and looks at the camera saying, "Welcome to Dynamite," before tossing Toni onto the ramp in the arena. Mercedes clocks an attendant holding a microphone and calls Storm a bitch before applying the statement maker, screaming to Toni, "She's nothing but a stupid act." Referees and Christopher Daniels, who tries to get Monet to break the submission, but by just clapping at her, which was pretty hilarious, rush out. Then finally, you get Mina Shirakawa and Luther. They make the save as Mercedes retreats. She grabs the microphone and she says to Storm, "Darling, let the games begin. Basically repeating what Timeless Toni Storm said to her last week in Arena, Mexico, as Mina checks on Timeless Toni to end the segment. And it was announced later in the show that Mercedes Monet will defend the TBS championship against Mina Shirakawa next week on Dynamite 300 from Ontario, California. What did you think about this opening segment here with Mercedes ambushing Timeless Toni Storm?
In a vacuum, it was good. I thought this is the most natural Mercedes came off in perhaps forever. And Tony's always great, no matter what she's doing. I will say this, new rule for wrestling. And I just realized why this bothered me, and quite a few things I've seen on SmackDown in particular bother me. If we're going to open the show with an angle or a promo, that can't be the last we see of them for the night. That's my new rule. Otherwise, it feels like kind of wasting my time. It feels completely separate from the rest of the show. It's a terrible idea. That match should have been on the show. That's what should happen. Get rid of her boyfriend. That match should have been on the show. Sorry.
I wish that they would have at least done like an interview with Toni or something after this angle, or even Mercedes with Mina interrupting to set up the matchup instead of just this one angle that some people may have missed because they turned on the show too late, and then later in the show you just announced the matchup. I wish they would have done an additional segment to build it up. I do agree with you. That is a proper and valid nitpick, because I had that same thing in mind.
Why do we have to qualify? That's proper and valid. Are you saying that some of my nitpicks not proper and valid? I always have proper and valid nitpicks.
I'm saying that they are definitely nitpicks.
And I do want to say this too. I know we get used to wrestling tropes. This might be a nitpick, but it's the fucking truth. I know we get used to certain wrestling tropes. Referees not stopping wrestlers. That's usually because the wrestlers are 270 pounds. Mercedes is not. One of you need to go over there and pull her off of Toni. Preferably one of the men, and it shouldn't be all that fucking difficult. Please and thank you. Good Lord.
Why is Christopher Daniels just clapping at her?
Well, hey! You be doing.
Oh man, we got in the chat here a super chat donation from our good brother Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support as always. We're gonna give you the mic so you can
speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shavon, what the hell is wrong with you?
We got Chuck Berries who says, guys, would it make any sense for Mina to beat Mercedes for the TBS title next week and hand Mercedes her first loss in AEW? You are taking away one of the bigger hooks to the matchup between Mercedes and Timeless Toni Storm, is that Mercedes is undefeated. That's one of the bigger hooks of what makes this the biggest women's match in AEW history. It also is one of the biggest matches in AEW history because Mercedes has all these titles, including the second women's title in AEW. So I don't think it wouldn't make any sense for Mina to win.
Agreed. And I'm not saying this to be rude, but it's Mina Shirakawa. Can we stop? I know you guys think she's very attractive, and she is very attractive. But can we stop? I'm not going to have you guys keep overhyping people. Now that she's overhyped, I'm a good person.
You're the baby face. Yeah, you forgot, right?
I'm just saying. Enough.
Oh my God, so ridiculous. We got Alexander Fitzgerald who's on the same path, it seems. He says Mina should win with help from Toni, at least make the all-in match kinda unpredictable. It is already unpredictable because Toni is the most protected and biggest. It's not going to be more unpredictable. Literally, Mina winning makes it predictable because Mercedes going to win if Mina wins next week. If she's dropping one title, then yes, she's going to win the other one.
Yes. Mercedes not losing 2 matches in 3 weeks. Oh, fuck. It's not happening. So knock that off. That's not happening.
What kind of logic? That was like, I'm not the one. Usually it's Jimmy that gets on you, Alexander. But I don't think you thought about that one before you typed that out. I don't think you.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
I love you too, Fitz. You know you always get love here, Fitz. But goddamn, that didn't make any sense.
I think it's really fucking hypnotized by Mina. I don't get it. It's wrestling. There's hot women everywhere. It's kind of the point.
What is up with the chat today? Dion says she should be her due to a Toni distraction to further the feud. What? What is wrong with Big Man? Even our boy, Big Man Dogs. I think Mercedes losing before kind of making obvious she wins at All In. Yeah, okay. I thought he was saying I think Mercedes should Mercedes losing full stop, but he added before kind of makes it obvious she wins at all. Okay, you're still good in our book, Big Man Dogs. I'm sorry.
Of course, he's got the right take. I know Big Man Dogs was all right when he talked about the French Revolution. He was with me on the French Revolution, killing some people in the street. It's like, oh my God, he's picked up a book since high school. Unlike the rest of you. Good on you, sir.
Chief says some of these comments thinking with a different head. LOL.
They certainly are. What is going on? I like Mina too. Not that much, for Jesus.
And Power Drive Finisher brings up a good point. He says, what's with folks wanting the most random ass times for someone to cost Mercedes a match? Just let her fucking lose clean. Folks wanted it for the Owen, now for a random title match? Like, what the fuck?
It is odd. I'm kind of sick of her too.
It's very odd to me.
I don't want her to lose on Dynamite to Mina sure count before the Toni Storm match. Let's have Toni
2 weeks before, not even a month before, 2 weeks before the biggest and greatest women's match in AEW history, she loses off a distraction finish. Yeah, that's really gonna make it unpredictable.
Get him in the building, brother.
No, it's a random ass time, Dion, because it's 2 weeks before the big show. You're billing it as the biggest women's match of all time. The reason it's the biggest women's match of all time is that not only is Mercedes considered one of the greatest women's in-ring performers of all time, she's undefeated in AEW. Why the fuck would you blow that 2 weeks before the show? Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm legitimately baffled. I am baffled. I was thinking. All right.
Mina is really trapped. Say the thing about like really trapped.
He's like, you know what? I kind of understand. I'm with the chat. I kind of understand why this. Then we get the Young Bucks on the Contron. They interrupt commentary's opening rundown on the Contron, and they says that they are using their influence backstage to Ospreay and Swerve Strickland's tag team matchup for right now instead of the second hour as originally planned. We get the music of Will Ospreay hits. We get Blake Christian and Lee Johnson, their opponents, coming down to the ring because they were already tipped off. But Swerve and Ospreay were not. I did love how they did sell this by having Will Ospreay not show up for like the first full verse of his entrance, and he just runs down and he's taping up his wrists, and then he legit makes it right in time for his cues of his song for the Ospreay's. But he has his boots untied at the same time. Great stuff. Great sell of this being randomly out there. You also get Swerve Strickland coming down to the ring as he's putting on a shirt just to remove it before the opening bell. They really sold this as a spur of the moment abuse of power by the Young Bucks to push this match early. We get a huge reaction for Swerve as this is his home state here in Kent, Washington. He's just a couple of miles away from Tacoma. We get early on Ospreay. He's from Tacoma, Washington. Yeah.
That explains a lot. Coonsville, USA.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
God. Jesus Christ. Really?
I love
Really,
that.
sir?
My bad. That was somebody else who said that. You're right. My apologies.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I thought that was Swerve with the black and ugly thing. Must think about that other shitty wrestling rapper. Sorry. Apologies. My bad. That's all.
Swerve and Lee Johnson have a quick opening sequence with Johnson dodging a house call and a rolling suplex. Christian and Ospreay, who is still rocked from the Shiner a couple of weeks ago, tag in, and Christian gets the better of him with a snap head scissors and a slap to the face. Manhattan drop and a hard chop receipt from Ospreay led to some double team running boots on Lee Johnson. You get Swerve connected on a body slam while Ospreay hit a standing sky twister for a 2. We get a handspring corkscrew kick to Christian as Ospreay followed up with a slingshot crossbody outside on Johnson. He comes back in and he was going for the pip cheerio when Matthew and Nicholas Jackson make their way down to the ringside area. They take a seat in the aisleway. Strickland ate a double stomp in the corner. And then Christian wiped out Ospreay with a corkscrew dive to the outside. Johnson and Christian dominated things as Johnson hits a frog splash and Christian follows up with a 450 splash for a 2 count. We get Ospreay eventually makes a hot tag to Swerve with Christian trapped in the corner. Swerve catapulted Johnson onto his partner with a buckle bomb, hitting his signature uppercut and then hitting the gritty. You get Christian slid out of a big pressure, but Swerve took a back bump, kipping up after Ospreay flew in and popped Johnson with a hidden blade, which was a great visual there. Super kick into the brainbuster by Swerve set up things for the finish as Swerve finished off Blake Christian with the house call. 1, 2, 3. Ospreay and Swerve pick up the victory here in dominating fashion at the end after a slow start because of the impromptu-ness of the matchup. Post-match, you get Ospreay and Swerve. They basically say they agree to go after the Young Bucks, but the Young Bucks were ready as security and officials had to separate the two teams. Swerve gets on the mic and he says that they're not going another year of this crap. The franchise and the feeling, the most dangerous man in AEW and the aerial assassin, they want the Young Bucks, and they got the perfect place to do it. Ospreay versus Swerve versus the Ospreay and Swerve versus the Young Bucks at All In Texas. Ospreay then gets on the mic and says that the Bucks might be the founding fathers of AEW, but it's the people that supported them that AEW existed in the first place. Ospreay believes that they are all done with the power the Bucks have been abusing, as they're making it more harm than good. At All In, he wants to raise the stakes. He says he wants the Young Bucks to put up their EVP titles on the line as Strickland then flies off of the top rope. He hits a swerve stomp onto the pile of security and officials as the Bucks run off before answering the challenge to make it official here. But thought the opening matchup was what it was. It was fine to set up Ospreay and Swerve working together, similar to their interactions in last week's Arena Mexico matchup. The challenge, I expected it to be like some type of stipulation Ospreay was going to suggest. I did not expect him to say, put the EVP titles on the line. They have to make it make sense where why would the Bucks accept this as a challenge in concept with just them putting something on the line? It either has to be Ospreay and Swerve puts their careers on the line or something that they have to put on the line against the Young Bucks to make this official. If it's just made official because Tony Khan announces it, that makes no sense. But in premise, I like this as a setup for the All-In matchup. What did you think, Jimmy?
I was going to say everything you said, but you know what? Nothing about this EVP thing makes sense. It's never made any sense. It didn't even make sense tonight. So you know what? Fuck it. They accept the challenge for no good reason. I don't care. I'm done fighting with them. They use their influence to move a match. What do you mean their influence? That's not how influence works. There's a boss, and the boss makes choices. What are you talking about? What is going on? Was he there tonight? And if he's not there, aren't you in charge? Can't you just do what you want? And it's not influence. You just do what the fuck you want. What is going on? I hope Swerve and fucking Ospreay win this fucking match so we can be done with this forever. What a terrible fucking idea. It's been shit from the start. The match was fine. Blake Christian is kind of silly. Is that the point? Is this point that he's ridiculous? I'm asking. I don't want to be rude. It might be the whole point. I don't want to get caught out. It's silly. Everything about him feels 1990s and not in a good way.
It's like a parody. It's like a parody.
Yeah, I don't get it. All right, passing that. I will say this. Oh, I'm about to get upset with fucking Frantic World. This is what I'm going to keep it together. Let me turn this off. I'm about to ruin my babyface turn. I like the idea of the Bucks versus Ospreay and Swerve, kind of the old versus the new, the future of the company versus what's holding it back, that being Matt Jackson. But yeah, you're right. We do need a reason for them to even think about putting that title on. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah. We got Big Man Does who says they gave us a good reason why Swerve and Ospreay didn't beat these jabronis in 4 minutes. Yeah, they were off at the beginning. They sold it well. I thought that was the best part about this opening matchup, was them selling the fact that this was impromptu. More than the Bucks making it impromptu, because I do agree with you. That's kind of ridiculous. Why wouldn't you give them like harder opponents if you had control over them? Right? I like them making it more impromptu, and the sell by Ospreay and Swerve made this more believable. And we got Darius here who says Swerve's shirt fiasco had me thinking I really missed a big move. 1 minute he's putting one on, I look away for 2 seconds, and now it's gone in a flash. It made no sense. He's like, I gotta sell this shirt.
Absolutely.
We also got I agree with Giad, who says Blake Christian having Will Ospreay in the old school rope walk for like 32 seconds is egregious. That was it, but it wasn't. It was during the commercial break, to be fair.
It's Will Ospreay. Fuck you bringing him down to your vortex of horse shit for? Get out of here. Outrageous. Steve Austin dancing with Disco Inferno. Are you fucking serious? Please stop. During the commercial, I don't give a fuck. Ew.
Varjar Finisher says they're using Ospreay in a tag match on pay-per-view. I couldn't care less about this storyline. I think it's okay because it's intertwined with the main event storyline. I feel like the build to this matchup is very akin to how connected Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos was to the Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes matchup at WrestleMania 39. There's no tag team titles involved here. I wish that would have boosted things up quite a bit if the tag team titles was involved, but it's interconnected with the main event storyline, so I have no issues here.
That's one pay-per-view. That'd be fun.
We also got Big Man Does who says Nick can finally get a singles run. Man, we've been hoping for that for years.
Seriously, what the fuck? He's your brother. I get it. You love him. So what? Let him go. Go. Find his way. Preferably in front of traffic. Good Lord. Enough.
Hard Finisher asks, wait, have we gotten Jimmy's thoughts on Cena's SmackDown promo? What did you think about Cena's pipe bomb?
Fantastic work. Ironically, John Cena is at his most natural when he's being a complete dickhead. I don't know what that says about John Cena in real life, but all of his best promos sound like that to me. They all do. It was fucking fantastic. And now for some criticism, we did a fucking list. We did a list, you and I, together. We did a best promos of all time list. I remember off the top of my head, Austin, Rock, Flair, Foley, Funk, Punk, Heyman, Dusty, and I want to say Eddie Kingston, and MJF. Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? First of all, the MJF pick feels bad on its own. It feels like a terrible idea by itself. We didn't have John Cena on that fucking list. Come on, man. I want that one back. That's a negative mark on us. I am ashamed.
Gotta take MJF off and put Cena on. Yeah,
man. I gotta be honest. You gotta take MJF on and put fucking Lawler or Macho or Jericho or Becky or anybody on. I'm sorry, MJF stinks. He doesn't stink.
That's outrageous.
He doesn't.
Even
belong.
you had to immediately take him back.
Take that back. Whoa, I'm wilding. But he don't belong in that fucking list. He don't belong in that fucking list with Funk and Punk and Foley and Heyman and Austin and Rock and Flair and Dusty. Come on, man. It's embarrassing.
Did we put Piper?
I think we have Piper on the list, but that would make 10.
Okay. Yeah. Cena belongs on that list a lot more. Cena belongs on that list a lot more. Do you agree with? We've been having this debate all week. Do you agree with Romeo, who thinks that was the best promo of the year?
Ooh, I think it was his career. No, I do not. Of the year.
I don't even personally think it's the best WWE promo of the year.
What are our candidates?
Paul Heyman's explanation after WrestleMania, the one where he almost cried. That was amazing.
That was great. Seth was throwing all that momentum down the toilet, by the way.
Dear Lord. I told everybody on Rated Raw Review what I messaged you after that promo. And I went off. This week. I was ranting. I had people mad at me in the comments saying, you guys have a hate bias towards Seth Rollins. I was like, no. I just thought it was very repetitive. And now I'm annoyed at how repetitive his promos are.
He's up there for worst main event promos ever. I'm sorry. He's not bad. He's just not up to main event standards. I'm sorry.
No, he's just not. And especially considering who's his wife.
Right. Lord.
Becky's promo after Backlash, the one where she explained her heel turn when she talked about that was amazing. I'm just thinking of WWE ones off the top here, as far as what I'm.
This has to be a single person with the microphone, no exchanges.
That's the rule. He said best promo of the year. He didn't say best individual promo of the year. He said best promo of the year, Romeo.
I'm taking the Cena and Cody shitting on each other for 15 minutes one.
Cena. Oh yeah. In London? I was there live for that. Yeah.
Is that the billionaires and then you're a fake?
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That was fire.
That's better. That's better. All the ones that I just mentioned, I think are all better than the Cena one. I think I told him, I was like, why can't we just keep the praise at a reasonable and understandable volume of this is the best work he's done of his heel run. If you want to debate it's better than the Cena and Cody exchange, I'm fine with that. I think there's a strong debate in favor of that. But to say it's the best promo of the year, and he didn't even say best WWE promo. He said the best promo of the year. I'm like, you're gassing it. Too much. You're ruining it for me. I feel like when you say when I overpraise something, it makes you like it less. That's how I felt with Romeo saying that to me.
Fair enough. I mean, I get the nostalgia of it all, especially if you're around our age. It's a throwback, number one. It's got insidery info, and it's kind of shitting on CM Punk, which is always fun. I love CM Punk. I just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. You'll talk on Friday, and we'll all forget. But yeah, I can't go that far. Sorry.
Naomi's promo on Bianca and the promo explaining her. The original one, the Naomi Bianca explanation of her being the one behind the attack. Yes, that's better. Oh, that's better. That might win my best promo of the year. I think that's up there as one of the best promos in all of wrestling to me.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, Punk. Cena's is more memorable, probably. I mean, people be talking about it until Saturday, whatever. But
But like it literally like the Naomi one, it changed how we looked at Naomi. Like I think that has a bigger impact. That has a bigger impact than the Cena one.
That's true. People are saying to save the heel run. It did not.
No,
it did not. Listen, this feud's been great, but it's what month are we in? Hey, come on, knock it off.
Yeah. Oh, there's a few from the Gunther and Jay rivalry. The one with Jay after the Jimmy attack. That's up there for me as far as the best WWE promos. There's a few. There's a few.
That's fucking great.
Gunther's been
Cody
great.
on this list. That's how they handle it.
Hey, Cody was in there. It was on the list last year. He was on the list last year.
What did he do last year?
Stuff ahead of the Roman matchup.
We don't have we don't have I Am the Storm on here. I know you guys.
I am the storm and the lie. That was 2024 as well.
That shit is aged like milk, and I told you all it stunk at the time.
I am the storm and the lie. The cross shoot promo was really good. It's probably right. Yeah. He's on the freaking pay-per-view this Saturday too.
Good for him. I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad they're finally giving him a match. Now, I don't know what you got planned for, but I would work really, really hard on it. You really need that shit to work out.
Yeah. As far as AEW promos, the Will and Hangman one before Double or Nothing is really good. Is up there for me. The promo after Double or Nothing with Hangman, Will and Swerve, that was great. Toni Storm's probably got a top 5 in general. That would be as far as best AEW promos.
Toni Storm after the Revolution.
Yes.
She's dropping catchphrases left and right.
Throw your keys in the bowl for this orgy. Oh my god. The one that I sent you, I don't know if you watched it, but I sent you the one from Collision. The one from Collision was excellent. Oh my god. It's like you want this title to add to your collection? What is it, a toy to you? Well, I'll tell you, Mercedes, and I'll say this nicely. Mercedes, I'm not some other motherfucker.
She's so much like The Rock. Like, I know what's coming. I know the line's coming. So go ahead and drop it, but I enjoy it every time. Like, there you go. Right. Stick what up where?
Yeah, that's why I can't like, that's why I think that's why it kind of ruined the Cena promo for me, because then I started looking at the flaws of it. As soon as he said that, I was like, now I gotta nitpick it. Now I couldn't just enjoy it. I gotta nitpick it. Damn it. We get highlights back to the show. We get highlights of Kota Ibushi's unexpected return last week on Collision, was shown, and footage of DDT Pro of the Golden Lovers, and the history of Ibushi and Kenny Omega. Then we get the Young Bucks backstage following their interaction with Swerve and Ospreay. They call Swerve a dumbass for what he did. Matthew said he just put hands on an AEW official and suspends him for a week without pay. Kazuchika Okada then walks in with Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta and says he wants to introduce the Young Bucks to a couple of his friends. Matthew tells Romero that they like them, but his boss is kind of a jerk. He says by any means necessary, though, they need to make Okada the first unified champion at All In, and more importantly, they need to destroy Kenny Omega. And that starts with Kota Ibushi tonight, right, Trent? Beretta says that he's going to dismantle Ibushi, and he says which should delight the Young Bucks, as everyone walks away except for Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. Takeshita reminds Okada that this is only temporary, as Okada smirks and just walks off from him. and Takeshita watches him walk away. Any thoughts on this backstage segment here?
Yes, I could have done without the self-flagellation of the first, 2 minutes of this promo, where a whole bunch of old people who used to wrestle together in Japan or wherever jerk each other off. Not interested. But Okada and Takeshita, shit, sold. Don't need to see it. They got great chemistry together already. The characters work together. Okada didn't take anything seriously. It's hilarious. Not a thing. Okada versus Godzilla. He's still not taking it very seriously. Monster.
One Okada versus 100 gorillas. He's still laughing. It's like, bitch. Oh yeah, that's up there as well as one of the best promos of the year. The sit down with Mariah and Toni before Revolution.
Yeah, Toni's been on a roll this year.
She has. She's probably my right now. I would say she's my pick for best on interviews this year.
Best on interviews.
What?
Why? Why do we call it that?
Okay, best promo of the year. Best promo. Best on the mic. Best on the mic. That's what it's usually called.
Sure. I probably gotta go Paul Heyman still. Toni be in the conversation.
I would say that's probably the top two candidates from the two big promotions for sure.
Yeah.
Then we get the return match for Kota Ibushi. Ibushi gets a good response from the crowd. This is his first matchup in AEW since 2023. Nice back and forth scramble early on between him and Trent Beretta, with Ibushi gaining a near fall via a crucifix, followed by a standing dropkick. Romero runs distraction, allowing Beretta to steamroll Ibushi, and follows with forearms in the ropes before hitting a running boot to the outside. Beretta took the referee, giving Romero a chance to get his licks in before Beretta sends Ibushi into the barricade and back into the ring. Beretta charges, but Ibushi catches him with a snap power slam. He then hits some strikes and then a standing moonsault for a 2 count. But as he looked for a half and half, Beretta managed an enziguri to regain control. Beretta hit the sexy Chucky knee and then the Gotch style power driver, and Ibushi was able to kick out. We get a paintbrushing from which only wakes up Ibushi. Ibushi with a great sell after the power driver, where he made this face, which looked like the lights were on, but nobody was home. Paintbrushing by Beretta, though, it wakes up Ibushi until he's able to hit a Snapdragon on Ibushi, but he no-sells it and hits a Snapdragon of his own. The crowd loudly were behind Ibushi at this point. They both start trading close near falls until Beretta almost hits a Rainmaker variation. Ibushi blocked a home run shot and dragged Beretta to the mat and hits a gnarly looking double stomp. He then cracked him with a couple of mid kicks, and then he follows up. He catches him out of nowhere with a V trigger that looked great, and then he grabs him by the wrist. He pulls him up and delivers the Kamigoye knee strike, followed through on the knee. 1, 2, 3. Kota Ibushi picks up a win in his return match to AEW here. Before Ibushi could celebrate much, we get the coin drop sound, and then the Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada walks down to the ring to have a face-to-face with Ibushi before retreating, and then we're told that Tony Khan has made it official. We will get a rematch from Wrestle Kingdom in 2019, from the G1 Climax in 2021, as it's going to be Kota Ibushi one-on-one with AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada next week on the 300th episode of AEW Dynamite. Thought this was a solid matchup from Ibushi. He looked better than he's ever looked in AEW. He actually looks healthy, looks like he's in good shape, and he had a solid matchup here with Beretta, and I like the setup for Ibushi and Okada, which, I mean, that's just a flex of your roster that you could put two guys that were like top guys in New Japan on a episode of TV next week for the 300th episode. So I like it. What did you think?
All right, we tried. I wanted to make it an hour. I didn't even make it an hour. What are you talking about? I'll flex your roster. You watch these one guy who doesn't give a fuck anymore, and the other guy who can't do it anymore. Have a match that was great 4 years ago. Come on, man. What are we doing? Knock it off. You know, Ibushi's been. This is his best performance in AEW. I agree with that, but it wasn't great. Good Lord, and that's because he's facing Trent of all people, somebody who should have been got the death knell from this company. Good, along with the Dark Order and fucking. I'm not gonna go through the whole list. Can we stop? Can we stop? It's 2025. He's going through a lot in his career with the injuries. We all know him, but can we just say he's not the same guy anymore? Can we just say that without getting into the whole thing? Can we just say that? Do we have to pretend it's 4 years ago? It's not good. Jesus. Okada Son Orton mode. If you want to call it that. I don't know what mode this is. Kevin Nash mode. I'm here for the check mode. Cough it up. For the money. Come on, man. Good Lord. And again, this is what I always tell you. It's it plays on you guys' nostalgia. That shit that was cool however many years ago, we're going to do it again. Ooh. This was not 4 years ago. I'm sorry. And it won't be as good as it was 4 years ago. Even though you will pretend for the first 5 minutes that it was. And then you'll slowly die a painful death as you watch two guys who aren't the same anymore for different reasons. Come on, man. Let it go. Let it go. It's all right. It's okay. Goddamn shame. Okay. We almost made it to the hour.
You're awful. Next, we get Jon Moxley from the stairwell as he says that the only thing we have is the present moment, and it slips through our fingers like sand, which Hangman Adam Page has lost 1,000 times before, but here it's back in his hands again. Moxley said that Page is afraid to become what the world needs him to be, as he's not so special. He's too humble. Oh, shucks, I'm so humble. For someone like Moxley, though, someone like Page makes him absolutely sick. He has no sympathy for his crybaby emu crap. The world champion doesn't take a single ounce of crap from anyone. Page shies away from the gifts he's been given, but he's not what the fans think he is. While Page is debating personal turmoil, Moxley doesn't care about what he's playing around with at All In. He's gonna, at the pay-per-view, he'll lay him out with forearms and choke him out and drop him on his head. After All In, Page will be left looking for another job. This might have been one of my favorite Moxley promos in months. I don't know if it's because he was rambling, especially in the Cope feud. He was very much rambling. I think over the last couple of months, he's gotten back on track as far as the great delivery. And this year, I thought actually he said something and is building kind of the story of Hangman coming up short, being on his redemption arc, dealing with his past transgressions, while he's basically begging Hangman to beat him, but he doesn't believe he can. What did you think?
Yes, because you have fucking 4 or 5 other people out there with you. What the fuck is going on? This makes no sense at all. He's talking as if this was 4 characters ago. It's not 4 characters ago. This is 2025 Jon Moxley. This is the Jon Moxley that choked out Dragon, and this would be an acceptable promo because Moxley's this fucking unbeatable badass. He hasn't been that in forever. He can't beat fucking anybody without help. He can't beat 65-year-old Edge without help. And now he's begging Hangman to fucking get tough and do the fucking thing. The fuck are you talking about? You've been a bitch for a year now. This is insanity. In a vacuum, it was a good promo. But we don't live in a vacuum. I have to watch Dynamite every week. So it wasn't. I'm sorry. I've watched you fucking not want to fight anybody legitimately. What are we doing? I'm so very confused.
He wins. He gets the job done. He wins.
That should be the promo. I do whatever it fucking takes to win. I throw my mother down the fucking steps to win this fucking match. And you won't do the hard thing. instead of you know how what it takes to beat me. Yes, you inform people. I do not. That's correct. Very good point. So.
Hey, you know what you're getting with John. You know what you're getting with John. So
agreed. I don't need any promos ever until he's done with his fucking BCC horse shit. I mean, Death Riders. Please and thank you.
Now you're thinking about two characters ago, saying BCC. Renee Paquette earlier in the day is with AR Fox, saying that he has a lot of momentum after he lost the matchup, losing to Jon Moxley on Collision last week. Ricochet then interrupts and says that Fox has momentum and says that he has everything he's been looking for to help him get gold in AEW. Ricochet invites Fox to team up with him tonight against Jet Speed. But before Fox can even answer, Ricochet shakes his hand and thanks him for accepting. That was funny. And we get that matchup as Ricochet and AR Fox team up against Jet Speed, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin the Jet Knight. The bell sounds, and Ricochet told Fox that he had to start, but quickly found himself being bounced back and forth between eating punches from Bailey and Knight. Ricochet quickly tagged in Fox, who sent Bailey outside and swept the leg from Knight. He hit him with an over-the-top double stomp on the apron, and then we get launches him off him with a somersault senton onto Bailey. Fox kept Knight back inside as Ricochet got the crowd to chant for his partner. Knight fought out of a fireman's carry and sent a charging Ricochet to the floor. As Fox thrown out Bailey, Jet Speed hit dueling dives to the outside. Back from break, Ricochet and Fox were bickering on to who to give a suplex or Irish rip to Knight. They start shoving one another and allowing Knight to backdrop Ricochet to the floor and make the hot tag to Speedball. We get the machine gun kicks on Fox as Bailey followed with a running shooting star press for 2. We get low main pain at another point of the matchup from Fox as Bailey goes to tag Knight. And then Fox leaps for a tag only for Ricochet to leave him high and dry as Knight hits a standing drop kick and then a sky high on Fox. He then follows up with the UFO splash off the top rope for the 1-2-3 for Jet Speed to pick up another victory, building momentum. You get Ricochet leaving, and he's watching all of this from the ramp as Fox looks dejected post-match. Jet Speed then walks up the ramp to Toni Schiavone, who called them red hot in the tag team division. Bailey said that the AEW World Tag Team titles have been held hostage, and it's time for someone to rescue them. Knight says that the titles need to come home around the waist of Jet Speed. Knight tried to mock MVP's old theme song. He says, 1, 2, you hear the clock ticking. As Knight does that, then out of nowhere comes the Hurt Syndicate to blindside the babyfaces. They start beating the hell out of Bailey and Knight as MJF and MVP are applauding. Benjamin and Lashley wreck shop as MVP and MJF set up a table on the aisle. Benjamin choked Knight onto the table, setting him up as Lashley hits a spine buster on Bailey through his tag team partner and the table. MVP then takes the mic and says that now that they're taking care of business, of that piece of business, they told production to hit their theme music as they head their way to the ring. Before we get with what the Hurt Syndicate had to say, what did you think of Bailey of Jet Speed versus Ricochet and AR Fox? Ricochet trying to recruit AR Fox in the post match with the Hurt Syndicate.
I do appreciate Ricochet's character is both clearly manipulative, but a fucking idiot. His recruitment doesn't involve offering anything of any kind. It's not productive to the other person, even a little bit. So how can you help me? And quite literally in those terms. It's kind of brilliant. Love that part of it. So the match was fun. AR Fox, who I believe I told you all several months ago, can do everything Ricochet can do. And somebody tried to shoot me down, but that's not the end of that. It is what it is. He's a star. He's been kept in fucking Cantano Bay for too long. That's what it is. That's a good match. It was fun. And it worked. As for the post-match, listen. I'm here for the Hurt Syndicate. Fuck people up. This still feels beneath them. It just does. I'm sorry. Jet Speed against Bobby Lashley already feels like a mismatch. And not in Jet Speed's favor. But it's Lashley and Benjamin. What are we doing? All right. Whatever. It was fun, though. I'm always happy to see white knee baby faces get their ass beat. Sorry. Just happy. It makes me happy.
Oh, we got Puff Dutch. It says, I speak for bald heads. We don't claim him. He's way better than AEW, though. We also got a super chat donation once again from Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
By the way, that's what would have happened if fucking Nick Khan listened to some of you and tried to cancel that Saudi Arabia event. Prince of Saudi Arabia would have said, I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit. And y'all would have been in real fucking trouble. You better knock that shit the fuck off.
Wow.
We need to cancel the event for the safety of the superstars. You cancel the event, you are putting them niggas in danger. The fuck out of here.
Next time they go, they don't come back.
What are you working with? You're working with a global Suge Knight. I'm going to cancel my contract with Death Row. I fear for my safety. Oh, okay. The fuck is wrong with you? What you think this is? I wasn't asking a question.
A global Shook Knight is quite the statement. Global Shook Knight. Thank you, Shook.
For our superstars. Oh, okay.
I've already said I just don't like the fact that WWE has said absolutely nothing and are just going about their business. Just going about their business. Just say like we're gonna have increased security. We're gonna have increased security.
But you're not
for the safety of the fans.
But you're not.
I know they're not. That's the point.
You come and get to my house. You'll do what I say. Period. And full stop. You get blown up, you get blown up. You're gonna get blown up over here. Like you said you're gonna fucking be here.
Your lack of concern also concerns me, sir. You're supposed to be the baby
concerned. I would not have signed no contract with fucking Saudi Arabia. But since you did, you had better do what the fuck they say. This is not a question. I wasn't asking for your permission. You don't get your ass over here. And that ridiculous fucking jet we're gonna send over there.
You don't get your ass.
No, we're I think I slapped that nigga right in the mouth. Get your ass over here.
Chuck Berry says, well, to quote the great Cat Williams, shouldn't have been talking shit. Yeah, Jet Speed learned today.
Niggas are talking extra bold and done. All right.
Oh man, Davion says, I hope Jet Speed can get a better match out of the Hurt Syndicate, better than them other mid-ass teams they were facing. I will say, Jet Speed is, to me, is a significant upgrade from the likes of the Outrunners, Learning Tree, and Sons of Texas.
Oh, well, that's a competition. Yes. I will say so.
He's like, you know what? On second thought, this is actually the best option we've gotten in months.
I'm just not sure what the move is, like how you build this match. You can't really have anybody except Benjamin do a bunch of bumps for the super speedy Jet Speed, and then Lash comes in and kills him. How long is that match? 8 minutes?
I think they can get 10, 12 minutes out of it.
I can't watch fucking Speedball for 2 minutes.
Oh, God. Your Speedball hate annoys me.
Different flip kick. Super flip kick. All right. Got it. Commander, enough.
A lot of people agree with your assessment of the Saudi Arabia deal.
Hey, you know what you're doing. You signed the check.
A hint of sarcasm from Big Man Noise. It says they need to move the show to a safe and ethical country like the USA.
Absolutely. Fucking Dominic Mysterio gets snatched the fuck up and thrown into a van on his way through the show. Absolutely. Beautiful. Beautiful. Because we do things the right way over here. Right.
Yeah, and it did reveal, PW Insider revealed that Dominic Mysterio's rib injury is legitimate, even though I questioned that on Rated Raw Review.
Yeah, you should. He threw himself down some stairs. Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, I'm so hurt. He asked his dad, he was like, what should I do? What should I do? I don't want to go. The son, just throw yourself down the stairs. You'll be all right. I didn't want to lose to El Grande Americano. That's why I said, let's wrestle on SmackDown.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, he's hurt. You heard that, right? Chad Gable? God damn it.
Yeah. It's like,
Gable
goddamn, the injury
bug.
bug is serious. Dom, Chad Gable, and Liv Morgan?
Damn sure.
It always hits. It always hits around this time of year, too, the injury bug.
Yeah.
For one of these major companies.
Yeah, be a little suspicious. Summertime, all of a sudden motherfuckers are injured and they want to be by the pool. Right. All right. Whatever you say. I'm joking.
You got this certain amount of sick time left? Oh, okay. How you get sick? It ain't been cold in months. So then we get the Hurt Syndicate addressing their enemies in the ring. MVP did a roll call as he begged somebody to step up for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. If Jet Speed can even stand up after that beating, he'd be willing to give them a title opportunity at All In. On this condition that they can walk, MVP turns the mic over to the young genius himself, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, who talked about unmasking and defeating, that did not happen, defeating Mystico last week. MVP stopped MJF briefly and riled up the crowd even more. The crowd were booing him heavily. It was like, finally, Max, you got your heat back. Telling them to shut up and insulting the fans, saying that they haven't seen a star since the days of the Celtics. MJF says that he's going to enter a qualifying match next week for the Casino Gauntlet. On another step back to what's rightfully his, not Dictators John's or the Crooked Cowboys, but his AEW World Championship. MJF says that he's gonna win that and win the Casino Gauntlet. He then says for the guys in the back, the monkeys in the back, to hit his music, but instead the music of Mark Briscoe hits, to a huge reaction from this crowd. Briscoe says that everyone knows MJF can hear himself talk all night long, but production said that they have a time limit. So if MJF could be so kindly get out of the ring so he could do his business. MJF says that he doesn't give a damn what time it is. They can take up as much time as they want, as unlike Briscoe, they're actual stars. MJF says that the fans relate to Briscoe because they have as many bills in their pockets as Briscoe has teeth in his mouth. Briscoe will do what he always does tonight, and that's lose. Briscoe, he tells him that, and then he says to go back to his ranch picking up chicken shit, you blue-collared bitch. Briscoe reacts as he always does with this face. Briscoe says he sees MJF's inner turmoil and pain, as all these hurtful comments is from growing up bullied. He's heard him in the past talk about it. So the word of the day is empathy, which got a chant of empathy, empathy, empathy. First time I've ever heard that at a wrestling show. So please allow Briscoe to empathize with Max, as it feels like MJF is trying to make up for something. If Briscoe was MJF going 30 years of his life with a tiny kosher pickle in his pants, he'd want to hang out with the Hurt Syndicate too. This line popped not only the fans in attendance, but Lashley and Benjamin, who couldn't hold back the laughter. We get kosher pickle chants from the Seattle crowd as well. MVP takes the mic from MJF and he says they'll leave the ring for Briscoe to do what he does better than anyone else: lose. They slowly walk by Briscoe, who heads to the ring for the upcoming 4-way. I thought this was a really good back and forth. I was very entertained, and I liked the character differences between MJF, who always wins, versus Mark Briscoe, who always loses. And I like the Hurt Syndicate pointing out that he always loses because it very much set up an additional story for the 4-way matchup that Briscoe was about to be in. But what did you think about this promo exchange?
This works for me. I do want to say this beforehand. I think MVP and MJF have like negative chemistry together when they're like on the same side. When they're opposed to each other, I think it's great. But when MVP interrupts MJF every 12 seconds, it is my least favorite thing ever. Please stop talking, at least for a second. The MJF stuff was fine. You've heard it all before. Once Mark Briscoe got out there, that's when it was good. Him and Briscoe together, Briscoe and Max, that works for me. I think you're right. It's the dichotomy of who they are as characters. It seems rather obvious. Whenever MJF gets his verbal comeuppance, he always has the greatest visual expressions fucking ever. As if somebody just insults his fucking mother. It's great. Yeah, I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Yeah. And Fightful Select had a report about this following the show, and Sean Rutsap reported that this setup was a setup for a MJF Mark Briscoe feud, and it's apparently a feud that MJF pushed very hard to do, and it's something that he's wanted to do for a while. So
Steve Austin wanted to turn heel at WrestleMania 17. So what? It's a terrible idea. I don't care what anybody says. And this Mark Briscoe feud, well, it's not that level of bad. It is not very good. What the fuck is going on? Is he just trying to fucking run out his contract? He just needs something to do? This is insane. I've never seen a guy less willing to fucking live up to his station as the biggest draw in this company. He refuses to do big draw shit. It's Mark Briscoe. It's Mystico. It's the fuck jet speed. What is going on? What is going on?
we got Big Man Dogs who says MJF versus Briscoe is very, very me-coded feud. This is the underdog babyface who always loses versus the obnoxious, annoying heel who always wins. Like, this is like a match made in heaven.
What's the next pay-per-view after this? Forbidden Door?
Yeah.
First one in Mexico and Forbidden Door. A month apart. Anyway, if it ends there, I'm fine. I don't need to go much longer than that. Please, thank you.
Does it end with Mark actually getting the win over Max?
Oh, don't be silly.
Make him, bang bang. You got the Mark. Gotta give him.
Oh,
he's been bullied in 1997.
Oh my God! Come on, man. He's got a great spot. He's doing your thing. Keep up the good work. Not being Max. Sorry.
Next up, it was Mark Briscoe going up against Konosuke Takeshita, Roderick Strong, and Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito in a 4-way to determine the number 1 spot in the men's casino gauntlet. You get a pairing off early on between Bandito and Takeshita, as well as Strong and Briscoe, as Bandito wall-walked Takeshita, who answered with a big boot. Bandito hits a tilt-a-whirl arm drag to the outside, but Takeshita avoided a dive and launched Bandito into the barricades. Strong caught Briscoe leaping off the top rope with a right hand to the midsection as a baseball slide caught Takeshita, and Bandito ate a blockbuster off the apron by Briscoe. Briscoe high-fived Flans, giving Strong the chance to hit a baseball slide of his own, and he hits a backdrop right onto the guardrail. We get all four men slugging it out in the ring when things return from commercial break until Strong and Briscoe start a chop battle. Strong cuts off the charge with a drop kick and then plants Bandito with a backbreaker. He sends Takeshita over the top outside and then launch Briscoe out onto him. Bandito and Strong both collided with the double down, both rose up and started swinging for the fences until Bandito hits a pop-up cutter. He wants a frog splash, but Takeshita sends him crashing outside. Takeshita then climbs, but Briscoe did the same thing to him, causing Takeshita to crash and burn. Briscoe misses the froggy bow on Roddy, and then both men start trading chops and strikes until Strong hits an angle slam, then locomotion forearms until Takeshita out of nowhere hits a haluva kick in the corner. Takeshita hits a superplex, but with both men down, Briscoe and Bandito hit a froggy bow and frog splash respectively for close near falls. Slap battle between Bandito and Briscoe, who flipped out of a backdrop but had his leg swept. Bandito tried for the 21 plex, but Takeshita came in and hits a double German suplex onto both men, 42 plex, as Excalibur said here. Strong escapes a blue thunder bomb by Takeshita and hits a gutbuster, but as he charged for the sick kick, he was planted with the Takeshita blue thunder bomb for 2. Bandito blindsided Takeshita and hits a X knee. He then allowed Bandito to hit the 21 plex with Takeshita rolling outside. Strong cuts off a Bandito dive with the end of Heartache, but before he could recover, Briscoe comes flying in with the froggy blow. 1, 2, 3. Mark Briscoe actually wins here and picks up the win to become the number 1 spot in the men's casino gauntlet, and he's now confirmed and has a guarantee spot in the matchup. We see the Hurt Syndicate backstage watching as MVP sarcastically applauds. MJF looks annoyed as Lashley tries to give him reassurance by giving him a fist bump, but yet he's still laughing at what Briscoe said earlier at the same time, which was hilarious to me. Really damn good matchup. It was all action. This was the type of matchup you expected here. This was all thriller, no filler. I thought, yeah, easily a very exciting matchup that the crowd was into as well. What did you think?
Same. Really good match. If you want to go great, I'm not going to argue with you, but really good match. Takeshita, I said before, is the best wrestler in the world. However, I thought Roddy Strong was just as good. I thought Roddy Strong might have been the MVP of this fucking match. He was splendid throughout. I have zero complaints about all this outside of the winner. I get it. Mark Briscoe finally won a match. Well, shouldn't the best wrestler in the world start number 1 in the casino gauntlet? Wouldn't that just make sense? Wouldn't that improve the quality of the program? But you know what? Hey, I'm not going to argue with you. Mark's great. It is what it is.
We got Big Man Does. It says match of the night by far, 3 3/4 to him. We also got Frantic World. He says this match was really good. Power Drive Finisher agrees with you, saying Arati was spotlighted. And Davion says Mark Briscoe is one of my favorite wrestlers right now. He never knows how to have a bad match. It's just it's impossible for him.
He's up there. TV wrestlers all time. He's up there for me.
Yeah. Adam Cole, baby, is backstage, and he talks about how the Don Callis family have been a thorn in his side for too long. Cole issues an open challenge for his TNT title tomorrow on Collision to any member of the Don Callis family. It was then confirmed later on in the show that Adam Cole will defend the TNT championship on tonight's Collision against Josh Alexander.
Sure. What are we doing?
They're really gonna do this Kyle Fletcher matchup at All In.
Fucking All In. Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher. Good Lord.
They want to crown Kyle on a pay-per-view, on the biggest pay-per-view of the year.
I never understood that. I never understood the logic behind it. Well, we got to get the most eyeballs. Well, that's not the most eyeballs. Just mathematically speaking, it isn't. It's 150,000 people. Fucking 650,000 people watch Dynamite every week. Why is the math to do it there? I don't understand. And why would you whatever. Fuck it. Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? Had this motherfucker beat Will Ospreay and feud Ospreay for 4 months so he could beat Adam Cole for the TNT title. What kind of sense does any of this make? Good Lord.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully Kyle doesn't try to kill him this time. So. Yeah.
And Josh Alexander, by the way, this guy you all hyped up, including Frantic World, is Kurt Angle. Now losing to Adam Cole on a random ass collision. Good job. I told you all, he's a solid hand. That's all. Solid hand. Part of the big three. He's part of the big 2 1/4. He's a quarter.
What is wrong with you? Like, why are you so mean to these people?
I'm sorry. Come on, man. Ugh.
Why do you hate Canadian Kurt Angle?
Canadian Kurt Angle. Good Lord. Kurt Angle didn't die for our sins for this nonsense.
Canadian Kurt. Canadian Angle.
Headband. The fucking, what do you call that? It's not a head. It's headgear. It's headgear. I'm saying can't go to headband because it's bigger than a band. It's gear. It looks like it comes with buttons. Good Lord. Fucking mega mind face.
He said it comes with buttons. I hate you.
Oh, come on, man. God damn it. Whatever.
Why do you hate people that others like?
Because you guys overrate them. That's all. That's it. That's the only reason. If you said, hey, this fucking Josh Alexander guy's pretty good, and I watched him, well, you know what? He's pretty good. This guy can really be next Kurt Angle if he's pushed properly. No, he fucking cannot. I'm sorry.
No, he is not going to be pushed properly, and no, he is not that good. That's what you're saying.
Yes, to both of those. What? Come on, man.
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
We'll be here again in a few weeks when he wins a match. Oh man, see, he's trying to turn it around. He'd rather get the big Josh Alexander. Right.
Big Josh Alexander push, man.
Lord.
We told you. We tried to tell you, Jimmy. We tried
Did
to
him
tell
and
you.
Ethan Page used to be a tag team? Is this true?
Yeah.
I know that. You know how I know this? Because fucking Brandy, I remember her saying something about Ethan Page on an episode of Dynamite. Like, we only signed you so we can get Josh Alexander. Then I looked him up. I was like, this guy? Are you fucking serious?
They were very much a Canadian acclaimed. One was really good in the ring. One is really good on the mic.
I can see that. That seems like fun. I'm mad at that.
We got Davion who says, we rocking with the headgear, man. And he says, Davion says, it comes with buttons. Jimmy Macram 2025.
See that fucking thing? Puts on like he's going to war.
Fitz says Josh Alexander is the Kyle Kuzma of the roster. Good, but we just need to fill out the roster.
Absolutely. It's good to turn things around. Sir, just fucking shoot me open.
Davion says Jimmy Macram would make a great pro wrestling manager.
And as long as I don't take a bump, I'm good. I'm like Okada. I don't get paid to take bumps. I get paid to show up. Thank you.
I just get paid to talk. I'm not here to take any bumps. Next up, we had the women's 4-way matchup to determine the number 1 spot in the women's casino gauntlet. Excalibur asks Riccaboni about his freestyle for Willow's entrance, but Taz puts a stop to it. He will not hear any of this. He said, I will attack him if he continues. This is not ROH.
Hilarious. Fucking no hips going to attack somebody. Stop it.
Athena tried to use Statlander as a shield early on before slapping Willow, which didn't work out for her. Statlander fed Athena to the wolves as a Nightingale hit a somersault senton off the apron onto the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. Rosa hit a springboard arm drag on Statlander, but who was sent to the apron by Willow as everyone took turns hitting tilt-a-whirl head scissors on one another. Locomotion corner strikes by Athena as everyone who was in her path. As she went up top for the O-face, Statlander cut her off and hits a Luva kick. Rosa joined her in the ropes as Nightingale walked over and completed the Tower of Doom spot, laying out everyone, showing her strength. Back from break, we get a rolling fireman's carry by Athena, who tried it one too many times as Rosa sort of countered into a crucifix for two. Nightingale and Statlander came in and cleaned house, leaving the two to go face to face and slug it out with each other. Statlander tried a backflip head scissors, but Willow countered, and they both teased doctor bombs until Athena broke it up. Athena tried a double suplex, but was planted by both Willow and Statlander, who turned into a Rosa missile dropkick. Casadora into a double stomp on Willow by Rosa for a near fall, and then Athena backflipped out of a suplex and tried a head scissors, but the two were on completely different pages at that point. They traded near falls again until Statlander had to change directions multiple times before slamming Rosa down onto Athena on a deadlift powerbomb spot that they were also on different pages with. Double drop toe hold sent Statlander crashing into the ropes by Rosa, who hit a stalling drop kick. We get Rosa and Athena. They fight to the outside. Billy Starks is rushing over with the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, but not in time, just in time to see Rosa slamming Athena into the steps. Rosa wanted a superplex, but Athena was able to counter into one of her own off the steps, as we see Billy reacting to that outside. Back in the ring, Willow squashed Statlander with a cannonball in the corner. She was about to hit the doctor bomb when Marina Shafir shows up and causes a distraction for Willow. As she is distracting Willow, a Wheeler Yuta comes out of nowhere behind Nightingale, but Nightingale reverses things and flattens poor Wheeler with a pounce, sending him to the outside. This allowed Statlander to come from behind on Willow. She picks her up and drops her with the Saturday Night Fever for the 1-2-3 to become the number one spot in the Women's Casino Gauntlet. Marina Shafir smirked at Kris Statlander as she dragged Yuta away, with Statlander realizing that the assist was just what she needed, and now she's got a guaranteed spot in the Women's Casino Gauntlet. This was solid enough. It just had a lot of clunky spots, especially the two spots with Rosa and Athena. I like when they're just slugging it out with each other. They tried to be a little bit more creative in here, and it just did not work for them.
That's a nice way to put it. Rougher way to put it, especially considering she's a friend of the channel. Rosa didn't have a good showing here tonight. Last night. Sorry. Match was fine otherwise.
I like the story that's going on with Statlander and the Death Riders, though. I do like that.
I get we're trying to tell a story with Willow and Stat, and with Stat and the Death Riders. But Willow took the pin again by Statlander again. I'm a little annoyed. I can't hold you. I'm a little bothered. You know what? I want to give it a chance. At what point in time do we call it on Statlander? Do we say this is it? This is the level. This is where it is. Because we've had a babyface turn, we've had a heel turn, we've had a babyface turn, we've had her in a group, we've had her single, we've had her with a manager, we've had her about to be in another group. At what point do we say, you know what? Maybe we've reached the level of fucking solid hand that you see. And by solid, she's fucking fantastic. Great hand, if you like. At what point do we call it? I think we're heading towards that point. Sorry.
I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that one day she's the women's world champion, because I was about to call it a day on EO Sky until Triple H decided to put the women's world championship on her, and then decides that she can't wrestle again after she puts on one of the greatest women's matches of all time. which probably is the destiny for Statlander after she wins the Women's World Champion. But that's besides the point. I think there is a chance she could one day win the Women's World Champion. And the fact that she's in this storyline where they're trying to add some depth to her and add some layers to her storyline with Willow Nightingale, it gives me some type of, just the smallest bit of optimism for her future.
I feel like if it hasn't happened yet, it's not going to happen. And not just to be pessimistic, which I do tend to veer towards. You got Mercedes, you've got Toni. Actually, you know what? It's not that fucking many people. We're not pushing Jamie Hayter properly. We've decided that who's Big Home Girl? The Queen. She was that goofy ass shit in her head.
Megan Bain.
Thank you, sir. I can get that name. It's a fantastic name. Other than that, that one is right there. She'll be fine. And they don't love Willow like everybody else on the fucking planet does. So who knows?
Yeah.
So it goes.
I think I have a little bit more optimism for Willow than I do for Statlander, but I think right now I can't describe this as being booked poorly. I've seen her booked poorly, like the last 6 months. This is actually them giving her a story, the story that makes sense, and I think that it will keep developing. I can't describe this as being booked poorly when she's in a storyline that is connected to the world champion. So I'm gonna say I have a little bit more optimism than I had in the last 6 months.
Absolutely. Can't wait for her to join the Death Riders and stand silently like Maria Shafir does. I see nothing but good things in the future. But
I don't think she's gonna join the Death Riders.
She's gonna fight the Death Riders and take Willow's spot. Also brilliant.
So Willow can move up.
Power Driver, I'm with you. Taz thinks. I know people like Taz. They think he's funny. First of all, I don't think he's funny at all.
Yeah, the Power Driver finisher is really upset about this Willow entrance. He said, so here's my complaint. Taz. So Ian or Caprice would do a rap off the rip for Willow's theme when she entered in ROH. Now when Ian tried to doing it, Taz cut it off. I'm not mad Taz stopped Ian from doing that specifically, but what do you offer, Taz? What do you offer that's better than Ian? Can I offer something better in commentary?
Nope.
No, you cannot. This is like a Jimmy Macram X rant. I understand you're the veteran and probably most experienced in commentary, but you are not above Ian. Taz should not be directing Ian in how to do commentary. TK has to fix that shit. Taz, you're not good on commentary. Oh, man. This is the most passion I've ever seen. Oh, my God. You may have convinced me that Taz is LVP.
I have no notes.
That was tremendous. I gotta clap. We're gonna clap for that. That was tremendous.
Let's book a T show. It doesn't take much to get somebody over, and apparently, according to you, people love it when they're doing Will's entrance. I will say this: Taz's just not very good. First, not good at his job. If you're good at your job, maybe I'd allow it. You're not good at your job. You're interrupting something that happens during Will's entrance, and he's rather prickly during commentary. Remember him getting mad at fucking Don Callis about something? It's insanity. Both heels. He's not very good. I'm sorry. We need to call it like it is.
He gets a nostalgia boost because he was in the conversation for one of the best wrestlers in the world in 1998 and 99.
Yeah. I don't want to be rude. But yeah. We can say that, sure. I mean, it's technically true. But it's 1998. Brett doesn't give a fuck anymore. Austin's neck is fucked up. Triple H is not Triple H. Like, what? Yeah, good job. Good on you.
It's you and Goldberg. Congrats.
No disrespect.
You, Goldberg, and it's Austin. It's still Austin, even with the bad neck. It's still Austin is the best wrestler in 1998. But you're in your top three. You're the number one guy in ECW at that point. So
I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I did the Love Taz ECW run, but and it's a 2002 commentary run, but it's been a while.
Yeah. 2002 through 2004 is like his prime years on commentary.
Right? And he's been selling in this fucking year. Take things seriously.
We get a recap of Collision and Christian Cage wanting his son Nick Wayne to walk beside him now to become the first ever father and son AEW World Tag Team Champions. We're told that Cage and Wayne will face Big Bill and Brian Keith on Collision tonight. We should note at this point that what do you think about the report from Fightful Select that apparently Christian is the one that slowed down the story of him and Cope reuniting for All In to face the FTR because he wants to complete the story with the patriarchy. Thus, we're not going to get that match of Edge and Christian versus FTR at All In quite yet. And apparently, I'll just say it here because we're an hour and 40 minutes and only the real ones are watching at this point. I have it on good authority from sources within AEW. He's getting some heat for that as well. Which you can expect. That's probably from FTR.
I mean, yeah. I would imagine they're not pleased about it. I imagine Edge isn't pleased about it. But listen, as far as people who've done things here, I'm clearly at the top of this fucking list, no disrespect. And then maybe I'll listen to FTR. And I have no interest in what Edge thinks. So I've listened to you for 20 years. I've had enough. Is it the right thing? Probably. I mean, none of us really saw a proper way for Christian Edge to get back together in a appropriate fashion in that amount of time, even before it slowed down. But we're doing this for Nick Wayne.
I think he's just saying that. I think he's just saying that. To be honest with you, he's like, y'all didn't book my cash in right. You know what?
Oh, I hope so. He keeps telling them 2 more months. 2 more months. Then we'll do the Edge thing. You know what? 2 more months. After that, 2 more months.
I got you. Or he's not even mad at the cash in. He's just been like, I saw that Cope and Mox feud. 2 more months. 2 more months. Don't worry. I got you. I know we've been talking about this for years. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nothing to do with Edge. Sorry, I grew that a long time ago. Sorry, Charlie. Listen, if you can make Nick Wayne a star, which he can't because he's not God.
Don't say that. Nick Wayne could be Nick Wayne. If you lined up Nick Wayne, Will Ospreay, and Kyle Fletcher, it's like different evolutions of Pokemon. Maybe he goes on that evolution and he could become either Ospreay or Fletcher or somewhere in between.
Absolutely. Maybe he'll put on 50 pounds and then he'll fucking work on his promo skills and then he'll get surgery on his face and he'll grow into his whole features and everything. And then he can be a star.
Wow, that was outrageous. You're insulting the man's look.
Opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Right? I'm not insulting his look. I'm just saying he would have to change
his facial looks,
his facial appearance in order to procure the stardom he would want. He's got Napoleon Dynamite face. Can we stop pretending otherwise?
What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
No disrespect of any kind.
I've never heard someone be more disrespectful and then say no disrespect after it. It just gets him off the charges for what he just said. No disrespect. I hit you with a car. No disrespect. Yeah, I saw you in the street. I didn't hit you with the car. No disrespect.
I'm trying to help. Keys to stardom, sir. Get with them girls in Hollywood. You got to do what it takes. Do you want to be a star or not?
I said this weeks ago to you what Alexander says here. He says start building the Christian Cope thing at All Out. It's in Toronto, and we know Tony loves his moments in hometowns. That's the place to do the reunion. It's not all in Texas. I know FTR and Cope wanted a big match at the show, and yeah, it could probably draw, a couple more fans to buy some tickets, but it would have been rushed. Like we said this in like April or May that it was going to be rushed. So I'm happy that Christian did this. I agree with you on that. Not everything else you said, but I agree with you on that this would have been rushed. So I'm on Christian's side here.
Do we have to do the match at all out? Can we do the reunion at All Out? Maybe Edge saves him from a beatdown at the hands of Nick Wayne and people. Then they hug or whatever. We need to have a big tag team match with FTR. And do we have to have this match? Are we committed to this match? Why? And if we are,
why do you not want to see the match?
How do I put this bluntly? 4 slow, plodding wrestlers having a tag team match on pay-per-view where Edge is going to have the pen. I'm going to pass on that. Edge sounds heinous. No disrespect.
Cash Wheeler is not slow and plodding. He's actually the fastest out of the 4.
Yeah, I agree. He's the fastest, slow and plodding guy.
We don't know how Christian will work as a babyface. It's been years.
They're going to change his fucking age. I'm not knocking it. FTR are great in the ring. But they need to not be the fastest guys in the ring, which they are in that match. That's insane. That's an insane thought. Come on, man. Can't do it. You can't do it. Give me Edge and Christian versus Jet Speed. Edge and Christian are heels. Against Jet Speed.
I wouldn't mind Edge and Christian being the heels in any of these scenarios.
Right? Please? Babyface Christian? Oh.
I don't understand how we're going to get Christian to be the babyface. That's the dumb.
Right? Like, what the... Is his father still alive?
That's the only way. That's the only way.
His father
never.
How fucked up he's been. I didn't see it.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it until my father died. Yeah, it's kind of wrong what I've been doing. We get Renee Paquette backstage with the aforementioned FTR and Big Stokes. She calls him Stokely Hathaway, and Dax tells her, no, Big Stokes. She brings up the Outrunners interrupting their 8-man tag last week on Collision, running them off. Hathaway says that it's egregious that Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd got involved and says that he suggested some old-fashioned vandalism in response. But Dax and Cash are upstanding men of the community and outvoted him. They are so distraught that their friends would do this to them, so they issued a challenge for them to meet face-to-face in the ring on tonight's Collision and settle it in a more respectable way. I think that this is all leading to, it could be hilarious, FTR and Stokely versus the Outrunners and Cope at All In.
Oh my God. What?
This is Tony Khan being like, you want to fuck up my Moxley title run and the Death Rider storyline, Cope? This is what you're going to come back to.
What the fuck? Oh my God. That is jarringly bad. Neither one of these guys wants to win Book of the Year, clearly. Really don't give a fuck. All right. Whatever. I'm not going to watch anyway, so don't bother me too much. That is fucking heinous. I don't know if it's just a bad idea, but it's awful looking.
Well, they haven't made that yet. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions.
Nah, that sounded pretty right. Did it feel right to you? Like, yeah, it fits.
That's what I say. Anything I say is because I have a feeling that's the direction that they would go in. I mean, I would watch it only because it was going to be hilarious for Stokely to be in that matchup with fucking the Outrunners.
Oh my god, that'd be fun. For like 2
Where
minutes.
Stokely is the better worker of the
Goddamn shit.
And then finally, we had the main event of this show, the Beast, Mortos, going one-on-one with Hangman Adam Page. After Mortos was a part of the heel team that Hangman ran off last week, Mortos was able to weather and avoid the fast offense of Hangman early on, fired off a headbutt that connected as both men started trading corner strikes until Page moved and Mortos crashed and burned to the outside. Page followed up with a springboard lariat that dropped Mortos on the apron. Page brought him back inside and hits a fall-away slam into the corner and then controlled the action as we went to a commercial break. Page blocked another Mortos headbutt, but on the third attempt, Mortos caught him right on the chin. Mortos followed up. He swung wildly and missed a discus lariat, giving Page a chance to hit one of his own for 2. Mortos fought off the Death Eye and initially, but Page was able to follow up with a pop-up powerbomb for a near fall. Page missed an Orihara moonsault and landed on his feet, but Mortos caught him quickly by sprinting outside the ring with a Tornillo Tope Suicida. Back inside, a pop-up Samoan drop by Mortos got a near fall, and then he followed up once again with a lung blower. Page wiggled out of a tombstone attempt, but Mortos managed to swing into a spike. Page answered with a poison Rana out of nowhere, and then a wild lariat as Page followed up. He went to the outside after battling back. He goes to the apron, and then he crumbles Mortos with the buckshot lariat for the 1-2-3. Thought it was a good matchup, hard-hitting action throughout. Post-match, though, Page's celebration is cut off very quickly as the lights go out, and when they come back on, the Young Bucks are in the ring, holding Page's arms. They deliver the EVP trigger to their former friend, laying him out in the middle of the ring. Matthew and Nicholas scream at Page that this is all his fault as the music of the Death Riders hit, and out comes AEW World Champion Jon Moxley with Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta to pick up the pieces. Page was surrounded as Shafir handed Moxley a chain. He wraps the chain around Page's throat and starts choking him out unconscious. The Ops try to hit the ring, but the Bucks and Yuta hold them off with a steel chair until eventually Will Ospreay sprints out as the Death Riders and the Bucks bail from the ring through the crowd. Doctors and the babyfaces all attend to Page, who's laid out in the middle of the ring, as Moxley told the camera at All In he'll show the world what the world champion looks like. As we see the babyfaces tending to Page, who is unconscious in the middle of the ring. What did you think about the main event, Hangman versus Beast Mortos, and the post-match with the Young Bucks with the initial attack, and then Moxley choking out Page to some heat from this crowd in Seattle?
Match was fine. It might have been the best singles match on the show, now I think about it. Was it the only singles match on the show? No. Yeah,
Kota Ibushi and Trent.
Yeah. We pretend like that match was good, I forgot. This is the best singles match on the show. Mortos is obviously very talented. We know Hangman is great. And it was what it was. Post-match, I gotta be honest, I realized why I had been enjoying the Ospreay, Swerve, Hangman, Death Rider stuff. And that's because we were starting to tell things from the Ospreay, Swerve, and Hangman point of view. Instead, when we go back to the Death Rider's point of view, this stinks. It just does. I'm sorry. It is an albatross around this fucking company. And I managed to forget for a few weeks. But then they came right on back. We got a Moxley promo. We got the Bucks doing horse shit. And we got Moxley in the main event. Good Lord. Can we stop? I am now Team Hangman. Please win this fucking belt.
Hey, you know what? I disagree with your opinion of this because I thought it was an effective closing segment. But as long as it got you on the side of rooting for Hangman, I'll allow it. We do have a super chat donation from the good brother Fitz. Thank you so much, Fitz, for
Listen up, you prick.
He says, "Don't say," and then he does the puke emoji. Cope and Outrunners versus Stoke and FTR would be trash, drunk, and
Oh my God!
spoiled chitlins trash.
Get ready. Get ready for it. That match is happening. I feel it. That just makes sense to me. As soon as you said it, I went, yo.
You reacted like you were like you reacted like it was actually announced. That's what happened.
I was like, where is this going? Where could it possibly go? Oh.
Because next week, because apparently, spoiler alert for anyone who's going to watch Collision tonight, the segment on Collision is going to set up Outrunners versus FTR on Dynamite 300.
Oh Jesus! Good Lord! If you say Collision, that might be safe. You didn't say Collision. It's going to be on Dynamite. Why FTR and the Outrunners on Dynamite? All fucking things. You know what time it is.
Because Cope is returning.
Time to learn the lyrics to the fucking Metalingus, buddy.
On this day.
Fuck! I just want to like something. I don't ask for much. I can't just like Dynamite. They refuse to let me like Dynamite if I'm showing me a bunch of people I don't enjoy.
Why are you so against Cope right now?
He's not very interesting. He's fine, I suppose, as a wrestler. Like if he's a generic wrestler, right? He's decent in the ring, a little slow, but whatever. Decent on the mic. He's not he's not in a vacuum. He's a guy I've seen for 30 years at this point now. I've had enough. I'm going to pass him that. Thanks.
Big Man Dog says, commentary said Mox has a reign of terror. Is Willa Yuta Mox's Batista? Nah, he's Mox's Randy Orton, actually.
Oh my God. Good Lord. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, that's actually more accurate. Power Drive Finisher says Marina is Mox's Batista.
This is sad. This is sad. How long has it been going on? This reign of terror?
October, he won the title. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. We're 8 months in. 9 months in next month. Heading into All In.
If we're doing averages, this is worse. But we're not doing averages. That shit lasted 3 years. I don't fucking want it lasted, so.
Yeah. The Triple H Reign of Terror is one of a kind. I don't think anything will be as bad as that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Moxley, outside of Cope, he's faced, I know you don't like Orange Cassidy, but the match with Orange Cassidy was at least good. The four-way matchup was very much down from what it could have been, but it was fine. If you compare that four-way matchup to the Goldberg Elimination Chamber, that did more damage than the four-way did not do as much damage to everybody involved as Goldberg was destroyed by losing that Elimination Chamber to one-legged Triple H. Then you take into account that before that matchup, he has a 3-month feud with 45-year-old Kevin Nash on one knee. Before that, he has a 3-month feud with Scott Steiner to start the year.
With no knees.
Booker T, when he completely destroys him in the promos and then in the finish to their match at WrestleMania. Yeah, no. That's much worse. Yeah. And I'm only counting that second world title reign. Because he did win it. I think he's given the title in like September of 2002, and then he has the matchup with RVD when everybody thought RVD should win, and he just beats him due to help from Ric Flair.
Sorry.
Then he has the match with Kane, the Katie Vick storyline, which was fucking awful.
Sorry.
And Kane was on fire at that point, and he just loses. And then he loses to Shawn at the Elimination Chamber just to win it back the next month.
If we split this reign into halves, it's not one reign, but let's pretend it's one reign from September up until the Batista loss.
September the next year.
No, we're talking about the whole.
That's when he loses to Goldberg.
Not the whole thing.
Okay.
The 3 years.
Because Goldberg only holds it for like 3 months and then he just wins it right back.
Oh, heinous. We finally saved this company and we're gonna shit it right down the toilet again.
Then Benoit wins it. Then after he wins it back, Benoit wins it at WrestleMania. He holds it for 4 months. Then Orton wins it at SummerSlam, and then Orton loses it 1 month later, killing Orton as a babyface.
So let me get September of 02 through March, I guess, of 05. If we split that in half, the second half is fine. The first half might be the worst bit of in it's heinous. It's jarring. Dude, you don't need to see that big man dogs. That fucking Elimination Chamber match is the greatest thing ever up until the finish. It is.
Yes, it's completely ruined. I don't think there's ever been a chamber match that's more ruined by the finish than that one.
Dude, I can still watch the openings of that match right now if I had to. It's fucking great. I can watch Goldberg's part every day for the rest of my life. It's so good. And then he breaks that glass with Triple H in it. It's so cool. It's like, holy shit, they're finally going to do it. They figured out how to use Goldberg. Holy shit. And then it's just over. What the fuck? Goddamn shame.
It's like, wait. Spear? Wait, why does he have... No, he has a sledgehammer. No. Boom.
He's about to have Goldberg kick out of this sledgehammer. You goddamn right. Go get him, Goldberg. Huh?
1, 2, 3. What? And then they assault him for like 5-6 minutes. At the end of the match, and bust him open. Goldberg busted open. Oh my god. That's a good question, Fitz. He says, Triple H Reign of Terror or the Super Cena run? Because Triple H is like one, you could say, like you said before, it's like a 3-year run where it's a small breaks of the Benoit title reign, 1 month of Orton, 1 month of HBK, 3 months of Goldberg, but it's like a 3-year run. Like Cena, it spans, but there are longer breaks. It spans like 10 years, but there are longer breaks in between all of that. He gets injured for a while, then comes back. He'll win the WWE title sometimes, and he'll win the world title another time. Like it's so jarring to go back and look at that, because the initial run from winning at WrestleMania 21 to the Edge cash-in, like the fans turned on him, but in retrospect, it's a solid enough first reign as world champion. He has a great matchup with JBL in the I Quit match at Judgment Day 05. Then he has the really good program with Christian into the Chris Jericho rivalry in the summer. Then it's really the Kurt Angle feud that turned the fans on him, but he's having good matches with Kurt during that because it's Kurt Angle. Then the Elimination Chamber is a great matchup, and he loses to Edge. Then Edge only has a 1 month reign, and he wins it right back. But then he has a good matchup with Triple H at WrestleMania 22. A great triple threat with H and Edge at Backlash 06. That the 06 to 07 run, I think it's Cena's best title reign ever. Like you have that matchup at Backlash. He what was the other matchups? Because there was a couple of them in 06 is pretty much the Edge feud, because he has the great match with RVD where Edge catches him, costs him the title at One Night Stand. Then Edge takes the title from RVD. Then Cena beats him in the great TLC matchup at Unforgiven. And then there was the build up to their SummerSlam matchup where Edge wins, where he slaps Cena's dad. That was great stuff. Then they continue to feud after that. They have a good steel cage matchup on TV. Then I think there was that brief run where he's feuding with Big Show, who's ECW champion, Booker T, who's King Booker, who's world champion, and Kevin Federline, before Umaga comes in. And then he has that fantastic last man standing match with Umaga. He has the great match with Michaels at WrestleMania, then the instant classic 50-minute matchup on Monday Night Raw, the one of the best fatal four-ways of all time with Michaels and Rated RKO at Backlash 07. Then he has the best Great Khali matches ever, even though he's facing Great Khali. He has the best match of Bobby Lashley's first run in the company against him at I think it was Great American Bash. Then he has the Orton matchup. That's the best match of their series at SummerSlam. And then he gets injured.
Oh, are we counting all the Super Cena? How far are we saying Super Cena as a concept goes? From WrestleMania 21 until when?
WrestleMania 21 to... I'll give it to... Because I don't know when you could say it's over. I think you could say it's over. Are we counting
Brock Lesnar.
The Rock feud? Are we Brock Lesnar?
Brock kills it.
SummerSlam 2014.
That's when it officially dies. Yeah.
So 9 years. He went 9 years.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, as a viewer, because I don't own any WWE stuff. As a viewer, the Reign of Terror is worse. It's just that first year is impossibly hard to watch. As a company, Cena killed so many acts. It's jarring.
Yes.
It's that Super Cena is worse. Yeah, there you go. Next is Bray Wyatt. It's like, dude, how many people are you gonna run through here? Like, not run through in a good way. Like, this is you're killing them. We're good. It's over.
And then even after he runs out at SummerSlam 2004, he still kills Rusev the following year. Crazy. It is kind of crazy. Yeah, company-wise, yeah, Cena's probably worse. Viewer, Triple H, Reign of Terror was worse.
You don't understand how bad that first year is. I know you can look at cage matches, look at the ratings. It's worse than that. Okay,
Yeah.
Those Steiner matches are jarring.
The Steiner matches are some of the worst matches in WWE history.
Holy shit. Triple H is so bad in those matches.
This is really the really like the badge of honor for that 06-07 run for Cena, why it's his best one. He got good matches out of Khali. That was jarring to me. Because this is Cena when he's described as like a bad wrestler, yet he's having good matches with the worst wrestler.
Oh yeah, Cena gets it. He's always gotten it. He still gets it today. He just can't do it anymore.
Pretty much.
Like Michael Jordan. I'm sure he's smarter today than he was when he played. But body ain't gonna hold up. It is what it is.
Yeah. Because I agree with Jimmy. The end is SummerSlam 2014 when Brock squashes him. Because then he has basically a year where he's in the title mix, but he's not winning, and then he wins the US title, and then it's his redemption arc. The U.S. title run is his redemption arc. It's when the fans finally were like, you know what? We love you.
Right?
Which makes the heel turn this year even more baffling. Like, we went 10 years of them hating you, and then you finally had your redemption arc, and they loved you for the next 5 years, and then you come back and you're saying, you know what? It's time to switch it up.
I still think there's a way to fix it. Not anymore. It's that. But I don't care how many promos he cuts on Punk. But I still think there's a way to save it before you guys, all you guys and Triple H and Tandem had him win at WrestleMania. It's a terrible idea.
Anyhow, let us know in the live chat after we took you down memory lane of Super Cena versus Reign of Terror. See, that's a whole podcast we could do on that. But let us know in the live chat, what was your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, out of 10, what did you give this show? Did you give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle? For me and Jimmy. Oh, write your number down. I'll give you a second. Let these people come in with their comments and everything. But for the June 25th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. I'm grading it on a maintenance show and as a show in general, I'll give it a 7.5.
No such thing as a maintenance show. It's fucking TV. Spending your time investing in your show, or you maintaining anything. Put on a good show, cocksucker.
We're right on cue. We're right on back-to-back weeks. We've been right on crew with the 0.5, the 0.5 of it all. Match of the night, I'm going to give it to the men's casino gauntlet 4-way.
Same, relatively, but who cares? Best segment of the night was Mark Briscoe and MJF.
Agreed. Moment of the night, Mark Briscoe and MJF. MVP for the show, yeah, I'll give it to Mark Briscoe.
I'm not mad at that take. I think so too. I'll give it to Mark Briscoe.
And LVP for the show, damn, I don't want to give it to my girl. I don't want to give it to
her. Yeah, buddy. Go ahead. Keep it a buck.
Yeah, I gotta keep it honest. I agree with you, with what you said earlier. Thunder Rosa did not have a good night in the office, and she had a good night on Collision on Saturday.
Ain't nobody asked all that.
This show tonight. LVP Thunder Rosa, unfortunately. She's gonna do better the next time, I'm sure. LVP, Jimmy.
Thunder Rosa will be fine. I gotta be honest. Probably never finish. I might have convinced me of Taz. I'm gonna go with you know what? Yeah, I'll go Rosa. Sorry.
We got a 7.5 from Power Driver Finisher, 8 out of 10 from Chuck Berry's, 7.5 from Frantic World. So we're all kind of in that same range here. But we made it to the end of another edition of AEWramble. We would have been done in like under 2 hours, but we went on trips talking about news and talking about Super Cena versus Reign of Terror, which we always appreciate the live chat for making more conversation for us. Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media when they shall see you again.
At Jimmy Macram, AR Fox. Fuck. On YouTube. Outrageous. I'll be nice. At Jimmy Macram on YouTube, we watch television shows and movies, though not the bear because they fucked me at the end of season 3. So I'm fine. You gotta tell me twice. Bye. I'm good. Goodbye. And on Twitter, where you can live tweet to the end of the world or the end of America, whichever comes first. Hey, we got a new mayor in New York, or about to in November. Please.
Who went to Grand Slam in 2021?
Did he? 2021.
No, the first Grand Slam.
Man of taste.
Follow me on Twitter at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we are not live here. And you can check out me and Jimmy with our great series, which is coming to an end. Season finale will be dropping over on Patreon next week. And we'll be we'll drop the first episode of our series here for everyone on the channel next week as well. But if you want to see it all, patreon.com/TrueHillHeat, $3 a month, and you can see our Okada versus Omega rewatch series where episode 3 is up right now. It will be available for members of the channel as well next week right here for $1 a month if you hit the join button. But next week we got the finale, episode 4 from NJPW Dominion 2018, 2 out of 3 falls, Omega Okada 4. So join us at patreon.com/TrueHillHeat right now for that. I will be back live on Saturday following WWE Night of Champions for our post show for Night of Champions. So join us live for that and the True Hill Heat flagship podcast on Sunday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow we got a True Hill Heat cut dropping for everyone here on the channel, so you can check that out as well. But for Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 204. What a world champion looks like. We are signing off until next time.